So we're going to go ahead and go to some that are a little bit more complicated. Now there are steps of solving linear equations that for those who don't feel as confident might help as a little checklist as you go. So I'll just show you what I mean with this first problem, number 7. So first thing you would do is distribute if you see parentheses. I don't, so I'm just going to go ahead and check that off. Then I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms on the left side, so that's this side. There's only one term, so we're good to go there. Then the next thing I would do is combine like terms on the right side. Like terms just means if two terms have an x on it, combine those. If two terms don't have an x on it, combine those ones. So I'm going to go ahead and combine these terms that have the variable together. When you combine them, you just add them together. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Then we're going to go ahead and add or subtract all of the x terms to one side, which we're done there because they're all on the right side. Then we'll add or subtract the constants. So this positive 12, I'm going to move away from the x. So I'm going to subtract 12. And I would get negative 14. So negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14. 12 minus 12 is 0, and that equals 7x. So we're done with that step. And then we're going to isolate the x by multiplying or dividing by the coefficient. So in this case, the coefficient is 7, so I'll divide both sides by 7. So since that's in front of the x, 7 divided by 7 is 1. So we get rid of that. And you get a 1x, or just x, equals negative 2, negative 14 divided by that. Once again, you can check your answer like I showed in the other video. But I'm going to go ahead and go to this next problem. So like I said, you can do that. Soon it'll become second nature to you. So for instance, on number 8, first thing I'll do is combine like terms. So these two terms are like terms since they're on the same side of the equal sign. So that's the equal sign right there. So the 3 will stay where it's at. There is a 1 in front of this x, so 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So we got negative 4x plus 3. Then I'll go ahead and move the constant away from the x. So I'll subtract 3. So I get 3 minus 3 is 0. Now there's nothing else on this side, so this is the one time you will write 0. Equals negative 4x, and then we don't write it on this side since we already have the negative 4x. And then I'll divide by negative 4 to get rid of that. And you get 0 divided by negative 4 is 0, so 0 is equal to x. Often we rewrite it the other way where the x is on the left side, so x equals 0. Okay, I'm going to skip down to number 10. Number 10 is a little different. Mostly because, I'm going to move that over here, there are parentheses this time. And if there are parentheses, that's the first thing you're going to take care of. And what you do is you just go ahead and distribute the coefficient into the problem. So on this problem, we'll have 24 stays the same, equals 6 times, this is a negative 1. So 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. I'm going to put the x with it, it's negative 6x. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. And then we can go ahead and move the constant away. So I'll add 18. And that will give me 32. Sorry, 42. Having a moment. So we'll get 42 is equal to negative 6x. And then I will divide both sides by negative 6. And then you'll get x, or negative 7 equals x, or you can write it as x equals negative 7. Once again, on all of these, you can always double check your answer by plugging it in. Okay, let's do one more together. So number 12, once again, if you see parentheses, you distribute first. Now notice, we have this 5 plus 12, you only distribute the number that's directly in front of the parentheses. So in this case, the 12. So we're doing it on both sides. So let's start with the left side. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 11 is 132. And then we have that's equal to 5. That 5 stays the same. And then we're going to go ahead and do 12 times 2 is 24x. 12 times 12 is 144. Okay, we're going to combine like terms. The left side, so over here on the left side, there are no like terms because that one, the first one has an x, the second one does not. But on the right side, we have the 5 and the 144 that both don't have x's. So I have 24x plus 132 equals 24x, I'll write that first, plus 149. Next thing I do is I get all the x's on one side. So I'll subtract 24x, since it's a positive. Now here's something that's interesting. I don't know if you notice on this problem. Those cancel. We get 132 equals 149. There are no x's. Okay? Now, the question you're going to ask yourself, is this actually true? Does 132 equal 149? The answer is no, that's not true. So if it's not true, your answer is no solution. Now let me give you an example where it would be true. Let's say, just on the side, let's say I had x plus 5 equals x plus 2 plus 3. Okay? Well, if you combine 2 plus 3, you get 5, right? And then if I went ahead and subtracted x from both sides, you'd get the equation 5 equals 5. If this is true, then you're going to go ahead and say there are infinitely many solutions. What that means is that you can put anything you want in for x and the equation will always be true. If it's no solution, that means no matter what you put in for x, the equation will always be false. Okay, so that's the difference between the two.